Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take a few minutes to get some information for ourselves to clarify how this practice can help for us to develop our inner awareness. So, as human beings, our most highest ability is developing our own awareness. Even though in day-to-day life, we use many other consumer product, machines, technology, and pharmaceutical products, you always have to remember your mind is the forerunner. So your mind is governed at everything. So, and at the same time, that it is just not only the mind, it's a deeper, the quality of your awareness is very necessary. So the quality of your awareness doesn't come just by thinking, just by dreaming, just by visualizing. Like everything else, your mind also has its own nature. So the practicing meditation here, especially we develop the tranquility meditation and the vipassana meditation. So through this both meditation techniques, both these meditation methods, it's going to bring the clear ability yourself to increase your own awareness. For that, there is one of major key information you always have to remember. Once you have it, even in day-to-day life, even while you practice meditation, that whatever you do, physical, your mental, verbal actions, it's always going to bring the certain clarity even in the conventional life. So before you go into your spiritual practice, learn this and use it in your day-to-day life. So what is that? That is taking total responsibility to yourself regarding your own actions. Remember, don't try to start with your spiritual practice. Start with your day-to-day physical activities, that whatever you do, take total responsibility to you. And at the same time, regarding your past and regarding your future, because in very conventional life, we always have that. We just cannot let go. Even though there's a past that cannot do anything for us, even though future itself, it's just the idea. In very conventional life, we always depending from this both. Suddenly we can't, cut it. So then in the very first level, if there is something, reflect regarding your past. Take the fully responsibility to you. It doesn't matter it was successful or failed. Take the fully responsibility. Don't think it happened because of somebody else. And at the same time, if something you want to do in the future, don't think that something else will help you. Somebody else will help you. Take the fully responsibility to yourself. And then come to your moment of practice. While you're sitting, you are totally 100% responsible for you. For your awareness, you are 100% responsible for you. Take that responsibility. That is where that your basic practice going to become more successful. Just imagine, because if you believe, if somebody else create you, you depending from somebody else, then what will happen? Deeply, it make you lazy. And it take you out of the responsibility. But once you know you are responsible for the moment, and that will lead you to give your best to the moment. So then in day-to-day life, whatever the activities you perform, even the failures that happens to you, take it as your own responsibility. And then by the time you will see little by little, your inner awareness going to become more sharp, because you know it is your responsibility. So in the very first level, you have to settle down with that. And once you settle down with that, you become good with your own bodily, verbally, mentally actions. And you can see it. You take the responsibility, you can see it. This is the thing. Then we try to get out of the self without knowingly what is self. So if you don't know what is self, even if you don't know what is soul, if you don't know what is life, how you can get out of it? So this is the mechanism happen. So in the very first level, take the fully responsibility to you. When you take the responsibility, you can see in any moment that you can change anything according to your own conscious decision. So in the very first level, once you experience that, you become very clear that things possible to change. And when you see that it is according to your conscious decision that you can change, then you take the fully responsibility regarding your consciousness, because you see when the conscious decision, when you take the conscious decision, that your actions can change, the outcome can change, the environment can change. So that is where you bring more attention towards the consciousness, because now you see how it works for you. And then you can see the actions, how mental actions, physical actions bring the result. So when you see it, when you work with it, then you have ability to change. When you have ability to change, you recognize what is the meaning of change. That is where you can completely erase or eradicate or stop that actions. So if you don't know the change, if you can't make the change, how you can completely stop it? How you can get out of it? So that is where, when you take the fully responsibility, that is where you start to see things. And with the meditation, then you can practice yourself, that your awareness itself, your choice, moment of choice. And according to that, the clarity going to be there with you. Because no one going to help, no one going to interfere. In between that, it is your own mind. Once you know that, you don't look here and there. You just go with it. But ourselves, what happens now? Because we are more depending from things. We now depending from the remote control menu. We more depending from cable box. We are more depending from Netflix. We are more depending from YouTube. We are more depending from TikTok. We are more depending from Facebook. We are more depending from computer and the Google and many other networks. And we are depending from the information coming from outside. And not only that, we are depending from fast food. And we are depending from microwave. We are depending from refrigerator. We are depending from this all the electronic and consumer product. But when it comes to yourself, you cannot develop a life depending on kind of like a microwave system. It's your information, that whatever the wisdom you need to gather, you can't make it kind of like a microwave information. The deeper your own understanding, bringing something else. So when it comes to wisdom, you have to remember more than that, whatever the wisdom, that the information we gather from outside, there is something in you. There is something happening inside you. There is something that always that trying to have a communicate within yourself. Each and every organ, each and every cell, each and every muscles, each and every bones, each and every movement, each and every posture have a kind of like a connection and communication within yourself. So in the very first level, you have to come to understand that. That's why when you take fully responsibility to yourself, you slowly start to harness. You slowly start to recognize that connection. So when it comes to wisdom, it's not something outside. It is what is inside you. So the liberation is not outside. Liberation is inside you. So then the very first level, come to recognize yourself. So the moment by moment, when you're able to recognize and go with it, by the time you can increase the duration to keep that connection. So that is the beginning, that is the foundation for yourself. Then you have to understand all the success or the failures, even in the very conventional life. Nothing to do with the outside. It's you. All the happiness and the sadness and the worry or the disappointment is you. And you will see, when you have that clarity, you can recognize any anger, hatred, jealousy come when you have deeper personal needs. That is the root. When you have that personal needs related to the self-centered mind, any misery can come out of your hands, your mouth, your body. Any disappointment can create any violence outside world. But the mostly we have to recognize the roots from where it comes. It comes deeply unsatisfaction happening within ourselves. So why that unsatisfaction come? Because we give the responsibility to somebody else or something else regarding our own life. That is the beginning. So once you take the responsibility, and from that point, you start a new journey. It's kind of like putting a seed. It has power to multiply. So then bring the seed to yourself and ask the self-responsibility. Be with it, totally, 100%. Take the responsibility to yourself. And then you will see. Your awareness is going to become more sharp and clear as a result of that. And you don't look here and there. By the time you become more matured with the practice, not only practice, that whatever you do, your bodily, verbally, mentally action in day-to-day life, so whatever comes to you, you have to remember it's the success or failure. It is your own responsibility, not your husband or your wife, not your parents, not your brothers, sisters, not your neighbors, not your friends. It is just you. So then when it comes to awareness, in the very first level, to develop the tranquility state, to recognition, to develop the recognition, don't wait till it happens. Like we are addicted to to wait till things happen. No, you have the consciousness, you have the awareness, you can take conscious decisions to be with the moment. And don't allow that just mind to settle down itself and wait for that. Because you have to remember the waiting mind also part of your own monkey mind. It is not separate from something. And then your waiting mind becomes strong to take a conscious decisions to be aware with the sensation, then the monkey mind not going to be there. Otherwise, if you just allow your mind to be as it is, whatever going to happen with the thoughts, there is no end. So then in the very first level, when you follow the sensation, be with it. Again and again, again and again, moment by moment, moment by moment. Just go with the sensation and remember, don't look for settle down. Don't wait to settle down. Because there is no settle down. There is no moment to come to, oh, I am done. It's always changing. Accept it. And be with it. So whatever comes, don't look for settle down. Even especially when the disturb come, don't look to settle down with the comfort or the satisfaction or the tranquility state. Because then you're going to resist that all the disturb or the uncomfort. So just recognize it's not going to be forever, it's going to change. And just imagine this, everything going to go away one day. When we die, this everything going to separate from us. There's nothing can be permanent. From eons by eons to this, everything in this universe in a journey, always changing. So then why you look for settle down? Why you look for kind of like an immortal state? Why you look for something to achieve? Because then you miss the change happening moment by moment. So once you develop the undisturbed mind, that means you go with the flow and stay with the flow, recognizing the change. And you're more able to understand the change. And once you be with the change, that is where you can see and recognize and understand the change. And once you're able to experience the change as it is, accept it as it is, naturally, detachment happens. Once the detachment happens, the fear disappears. When there is no fear itself, the tranquility state going to be there with you. Once the mind tranquilizes itself, that is where the deeper the comfort you're going to accept as it is in the moment. When you have that tranquility state with the deeper comfort within the body and mind harness, and that is where you totally recognize this is not your mind. Everything, each and every cell in your body depend according to cause and effect, moment by moment, moment by moment, according to necessary conditions in that very moment. And that is where you can see, according to that, your awareness also, moment by moment change. It is not the awareness going to be solid. And once you're able to recognize that, That recognition itself release you from the experiencer, the perceiver. Anymore, you're not bound to the name and form that you hold as a person, as a solid entity. And that is where you get out of this skin. And that is where you become just the moment of experience. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body, please, and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Swapateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And take the fully responsibility to yourself to recognize the sensation. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe Be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.